Palestine is a state in West Asia whose legal status is the subject of controversy, although it is currently recognized by 138 of 193 United Nations member states. It is located in the eastern Mediterranean region and comprises parts of modern Israel along with the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The strategic importance of the area is immense. Through it pass the main roads from Egypt to Syria and from the Mediterranean to the hills beyond the Jordan River. In this video we will explain the economy of Palestine, how Israeli occupation affects, how it can progress in the future. This video will be divided into two parts, as Palestine consists of West Bank and Gaza, both having different situations, so for better understanding we will explain West Bank economy for this video. Now, despite of Israeli occupation, Palestine, specifically West Bank, not only have its own government but also its own working industries that bring in much needed revenue for the West Bank. Main industries are generally small family businesses that produce cement, textiles, soap, olive wood carvings, and mother-of-pearl souvenirs. Farming in Palestine is the largest sector of the economy. According to the Center for Economic Policy Research, CEPR, agriculture employs 13.4% of the population formally, though informally it employs about 90% of those who work. The West Bank covers an area of approximately 5,640 square kilometers, with about 17% of the land used for agriculture. The types of crops grown in the West Bank include olives, citrus fruits, grapes, vegetables, and grains. Aside from agriculture, several other industries are important for the Palestinian economy, such as manufacturing and industry. The manufacturing sector encompasses various industries, including food processing, textiles, furniture, and construction materials. This sector contributes to economic diversification and job creation. Tourism is a vital industry for Palestine, particularly in cities like Bethlehem, Jerusalem, and Jericho, which are rich in historical and religious sites. Tourists visit these areas to explore cultural and historical heritage, contributing to the local economy. Construction and real estate. The construction and real estate sectors have experienced growth, with new infrastructure and housing developments, especially in urban areas of the West Bank. Palestinian artisans produce traditional handicrafts such as ceramics, embroidery, and olive wood products. These products have cultural and economic significance and are often sold to tourists and in international markets. So these, we can say, are the main industries of the West Bank, but we cannot also ignore the impact of Israel in this economy. Palestine does not have its own currency. Instead, it primarily uses the Israeli new shekel, ILS, as the official currency in both the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. The use of the Israeli new shekel is a result of the economic and political situation in the region, as the Israeli government has authority over various aspects of economic and financial policy in these territories. While the ILS is widely used, the US dollar is also accepted in some areas and for certain transactions, particularly in international trade and for major purchases. In addition of Israeli shekel, Jordanian dinar is also used as its replacement. Palestine used to have its own currency. The Palestinian pound was used during the British Mandate in Palestine, which lasted from 1927 to 1948. The establishment of the State of Israel and the ensuing conflict in 1948 led to the discontinuation of the Palestinian pound as a legal currency. The use of the Israeli currency in Palestinian territories can have both advantages and disadvantages, depending on the perspective and the specific circumstances. First of all, the Israeli economy is relatively stable, and the shekel is a strong and internationally recognized currency. This can provide a level of economic stability and confidence in financial transactions within Palestinian territories. Palestinians using the shekel can have improved access to Israeli markets for trade, employment, and economic opportunities. It can also simplify cross-border transactions and interactions between Palestinians and Israelis, making it easier for people in the region to conduct business and engage in day-to-day activities.
Now, having to use some other country's currency is not uncommon. Countries like El Salvador and Ecuador use US dollar for daily transactions.
However, it's important to note that the use of the Israeli currency in Palestinian territories is a highly politically and emotionally charged issue due to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Many Palestinians view this as a symbol of their lack of sovereignty and control over their own economy. The use of the shekel can also lead to concerns about economic dependence on Israel, as well as a lack of control over monetary policy. Palestine has been heavily dependent on foreign aid for its economic and humanitarian needs. The degree of dependency on foreign aid has varied over the years, but it has consistently been a significant component of the Palestinian economy. According to UNCTAD, total donor aid to Palestine fell to $317 million in 2021, which is 1.8% of the GDP. This is a significant decline from the $2 billion or 27% of GDP in 2008. Budget support also halved compared to 2020, amounting to $186 million, or only 1% of GDP, compared to 24% in 2008. The Wikipedia page on the economy of Palestine states that foreign aid provided essential services for nearly half of the Palestinian people and allowed the Palestinian Authority to operate and pay its estimated 140,000 employees. The same page also mentions that approximately 30% of the GDP, or $487 per Palestinian per year, came from aid. But due to recent conflicts and Israeli control, aid is becoming hard for Palestinians to receive. According to Statista, the United States is the largest donor to the UNRWA, giving $368 million in 2016, the most recent year data is available. Saudi Arabia is the second largest donor with $148 million, while Germany and the UK are pretty much tied for third place, donating $73 million each. Remittances are a crucial source of income for many countries, including Palestine. In 2020, personal remittances received in the West Bank and Gaza accounted for 18.8% of the region's GDP. These funds are often used to support families, pay for education, and invest in small businesses. The relationship between Israel and Palestine is complex and contentious, and it has significant economic implications for the Palestinian territories. The effects of Israel on the Palestinian economy are a subject of ongoing debate, and it's important to recognize that there are diverse perspectives on this issue. Israel's policies and actions impact the Palestinian economy through movement restrictions, including checkpoints and roadblocks, which hinder access to job opportunities and essential services, blockades and restrictions in Gaza that devastate the economy, limitations on agriculture and natural resources, the impact on the Palestinian labor force working in Israel, control over trade, contentious Israeli settlements in the West Bank, economic interdependence, and foreign aid, with donors channeling aid to the Palestinian territories. These policies and actions, however, exist within the broader context of the deeply rooted and multifaceted Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with differing perspectives on their role in economic difficulties. Internal governance issues, political divisions, and regional factors also contribute to the challenges faced by both Palestinians and Israelis in the region.